When you have a job, you may feel content with what you have, or maybe you are like me and you feel that you are able to generate a second source of income. In this video, I'm going to explain you exactly how to develop it. The first thing you need to understand is that having a job is not a disadvantage. Most people believe they need to quit first, free their schedule, and then start building something. That belief destroys more dreams than failure ever could. Your job can become the very tool that funds your freedom. It gives you stability, discipline, routine, and cash flow. Those four things are powerful if you know how to use them correctly. Many people complain about being employed because they only see limits. They see the alarm clock, the boss, the long commute, the fixed salary. What they fail to notice is that employment can be a launch pad. A salary gives you breathing room. It buys time to experiment without panic. It allows mistakes without immediate disaster. That is a privilege many full-time entrepreneurs never had when they started. Your side hustle should not begin with desperation. It should begin with strategy. If you start something because you hate your job and need escape immediately, emotions will control your decisions. You will chase fast money, copy random trends, and quit the moment results are slow. But if you start from a stable position, you can move intelligently, you can test ideas, you can improve skills, you can build quietly. This is why the first mission is not making money. The first mission is creating capacity. Capacity means time, energy, attention, and consistency. Without these four things, no side hustle survives. A person can have the best business idea in the world and still fail because they are mentally exhausted every night. Another person can have an average idea and win because they show up every single day. So before choosing any side hustle, audit your life honestly. What time do you wake up? How much energy do you have after work? How many hours disappear into scrolling, gaming, gossip, or mindless entertainment? How much money do you waste on habits that produce nothing? Most people do not need more opportunity, they need less distraction. Imagine someone says they have no time to build income on the side, yet they spend 3 hours every evening consuming content made by people who did build something. That is the modern trap. We watch other people live the life we want while claiming we are too busy to start. Harsh truth, but necessary truth. Your first side hustle investment is not money, it is reclaimed time. Find 2 focused hours per day. That alone can transform your future. 2 hours daily becomes 14 hours weekly. 14 hours weekly becomes more than 700 hours in 1 year. 700 hours directed at one skill can create shocking results. Now, here is where many people make a mistake. They search for the perfect side hustle before developing the perfect work ethic. They ask, should I do e-commerce, freelancing, YouTube, affiliate marketing, coaching, investing, digital products? Those questions matter, but not yet. Because if you cannot protect 2 hours a day, every model will fail in your hands. Discipline turns average opportunities into profitable ones. Laziness turns golden opportunities into wasted chances. Never forget that. Once you reclaim time, the next step is choosing a side hustle based on leverage, not excitement. Excitement fades quickly. Leverage compounds. A leverage side hustle allows one action to create results multiple times. For example, creating digital products once and selling repeatedly. Building a content channel that grows while you sleep, learning a skill like copywriting or editing that can be sold at higher rates over time, creating systems that continue working after the initial effort. Compare that with low leverage hustles where every dollar requires constant labor forever. If you stop working, income stops immediately. Those can be useful in the beginning, but they should not be the destination. Use active income to build scalable income. This means your side hustle journey may happen in phases. Phase 1, earn with your time. Freelance, deliver services, help businesses sell skills. Phase 2, use the money and experience to create assets, content, products, automation, audience, brand. Phase 3, let assets produce income with less direct effort. That is how workers become owners. Another critical rule: keep your side hustle simple in the beginning. Complexity is seductive because it feels productive. Fancy logos, websites, endless planning, business cards, expensive software. None of that matters early on. Revenue solves confusion faster than planning ever will. Your first version should be ugly but functional. If you want to edit videos, get one client. If you want to sell designs, make 10 offers. If you want to grow a channel, publish 10 videos. If you want to coach, help one person get a result. Proof comes from action, action, not imagination. There is something powerful about building in silence while everyone assumes you are stuck. You go to work like normal, you smile like normal, but every night you are constructing another future brick by brick. Nobody notices progress in the early stage because progress looks boring before it becomes impressive, and that is an advantage. Silence protects momentum. Once you begin building in silence, you will face the real challenge that stops most people: managing your energy. Starting a side hustle is rarely about intelligence, it is rarely about access, it is rarely about luck in the early stages. It is about whether you can remain consistent when life becomes repetitive, tiring, and slow. Anyone can feel motivated on day one. Motivation is cheap. It appears when ideas are fresh, when possibilities are exciting, when the future still looks cinematic. But after 2 weeks of work, when your schedule feels heavy and results are invisible, motivation disappears. That is where systems must replace emotion. If you have a full-time job, you cannot depend on random bursts of inspiration. You need structure. Decide in advance when you will work on your side hustle, not when I have time. That sentence kills progress. You must assign exact hours, maybe 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. after work, maybe 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. before work, maybe 3 focused blocks during the weekend. What matters is consistency, not perfection. Treat those hours as non-negotiable appointments with your future. You would not casually skip your job shift because you felt lazy. Yet, people skip their own dreams for far smaller reasons. That mindset must change. Another mistake people make is trying to work at maximum intensity every day. They start with 5-hour sessions, sleep less, overload themselves, then burn out within 10 days. Sustainable effort always beats heroic effort. 2 focused hours daily for 1 year will outperform 10 chaotic hours for 1 month. Build a routine that survives stress. That means simplifying everything around your work blocks. Prepare meals ahead of time. Reduce useless decisions. Keep your workspace ready. Know exactly what task comes next. Friction destroys momentum. If every session begins with confusion, you lose energy before real work starts. For example, if you want to build a content business, your Monday task may be research, Tuesday is script writing, Wednesday is recording, Thursday is editing, Friday is publishing, Saturday is studying analytics, Sunday is planning the next week. Clear structure removes hesitation. The same applies to freelancing: Monday outreach, Tuesday proposals, Wednesday delivery, Thursday portfolio improvements, Friday testimonials and referrals, Saturday skill practice, Sunday planning. Simplicity creates speed. Now let's talk about exhaustion, because this is where many workers quit. You come home tired after a long day and tell yourself you deserve rest. Sometimes that is true. Recovery matters, but often what we call exhaustion is mental resistance. We are not empty, we are undisciplined. There is a difference between needing rest and avoiding effort. Learn to identify it honestly. If your body is destroyed, recover. If your mind simply wants comfort, move anyway. Some of your best sessions will happen when you did not feel like starting. Momentum often appears after action, not before it. Start for 15 minutes. Open the laptop, write one paragraph, send one message, edit one clip. Once movement begins, resistance weakens. Waiting to feel ready is a trap. You also need to protect your environment. If everyone around you lives reactively, they will pressure you to do the same. They may invite you into distractions every evening. They may mock your effort because it reminds them of their own inaction. They may say you are doing too much, changing too much, trying too hard. Ignore it. Most criticism comes from people who abandoned their own ambitions. Never let someone with no roadmap judge your direction. This does not mean becoming arrogant or isolated. It means becoming selective. Spend more time with builders, learners, disciplined people, creators. Even if you do not know them personally, books, podcasts, interviews, and online communities can reshape your standards. Your environment is not only physical, it is informational. Another key principle: measure inputs before outputs. Beginners obsess over money too early. They ask, how much did I make this week? Why am I not growing faster? Why is nobody buying? These questions create frustration when the real metric should be effort quality. Ask instead, how many offers did I send? How many videos did I publish? How many skills did I practice? How many focused hours did I complete? Inputs are controllable. Outputs lag behind. A farmer does not dig up seeds every week to check growth. He waters consistently because he understands timing. Your side hustle works the same way. There will be months where nothing obvious happens. No sales, no attention, no praise. Those months are dangerous because they tempt people to switch paths repeatedly. They quit freelancing for drop shipping, quit drop shipping for YouTube, quit YouTube for crypto, quit crypto for something else. They are always restarting, never compounding. Pick one direction long enough to become competent. Competence creates confidence. Confidence creates momentum. Momentum creates opportunities that beginners cannot see. Remember this. Boredom is often the doorway to mastery. Repeating useful tasks is not glamorous, but repetition builds skill faster than excitement ever will. When people see someone succeed later, they call it talent. They rarely see the hundreds of ordinary nights where that person kept working after everyone else chose comfort. Your side hustle will not be built in dramatic moments. It will be built in quiet evenings, disciplined mornings, and weekends where you honored the promise you made to yourself. That is how income changes. That is how identity changes. Now let's talk about the final stage, the stage where most people either transform their life or sabotage everything they built. This is the stage where your side hustle starts making money. Not a fantasy amount, not overnight riches, real money, maybe your first $100, then 500, and then 1,000. Then a month arrives where you realize your extra income is no longer symbolic, it is becoming real. This moment is dangerous because success creates new problems. When people earn their first side income, many become careless. They celebrate too early, spend too early, relax too early, and assume growth will continue automatically. But early success is fragile. It must be protected. Your first profits should not be treated as reward money. They should be treated as fuel reinvested to make your side hustle become your main hustle if that's what you want. I hope you liked this video and feel free to interact with me in the comment section. Leave a like and see you in the next one.